Hi, my name is Jamil Sahouri from Beit Sahour, Palestine. I was born in Amman, Jordan because of the Israeli occupation. When I was 20 years old, I met Jack. I worked as a photographer. Then I worked as a photographer for the Jordan Army. When I was 26, I moved back to Palestine, Beit Sahour, and I opened my own photography business called Photostar in Nativity Square. My business became very successful because people started needing ID card while living in Palestine. I worked very hard and made enough money to buy my own land and build a house. I met Anjay, who lived in Beit Jala. We fell in love and got married in 1960. I worked as a photographer and she worked as a teacher, and we had 5 kids. Their names were Khalid, Said, Majid, Ra'id, and Nahid. When my oldest son, Caleb, was 11 years old, we decided to move to America. We moved to Flint, Michigan because my brother Jan lived there. I had his own grocery store that I worked for him 3 months until I got my own store called Sherman Avenue Market. After a few years, when the kids were older, my wife and I started leaving the store with them and going on vacation for 1 week every year. We had a lot of fun and enjoyed seeing the country. All of my kids grew up, worked and went to school. My older son, Khalid, worked with us at the store. My son, Saad, became a doctor. My son, Majid, became an eye doctor. My son, Ra'id, worked as an engineer for GM. And my youngest daughter, Nahid, worked as a computer programmer. I am very proud of them all.
During residency, my father returned to Palestine and met my mother, Muna. They got married, and shortly after, in 1994, I ushered in the first generation of Americans in my family. In my earliest days I can remember, I knew of my Palestinian heritage. My mother's main attribute to my personality is the Palestinian pride. She instilled Palestinian values in me such as family, cooperation, and of course, perseverance. I didn't feel much different than my peers at first. It wasn't until I entered middle school that people became hostile towards me due to my Arab descent. As everyone I know is no longer 12, instead of shame, I feel pride. The story of my father and my grandfather is incredible, and that story continues with me.